Playmobil Spies, Meteor Garden.
No, wait. But aren't you the star broker of the LOL? Why would you really send us into outer space for? Oh, you're joking, right? Please tell me the truth. This is no time for jokes. My friend and I are very concerned, Claire said. No, this is not a joke at all, Andrews replied with a serious face. I want all of you dead. Indeed, I want everyone on this planet dead. They don't have the right to live on this lovely planet. What's wrong with you? If we don't have the right, then do you? Claire responded. Anyways, if we all die, you're gonna die too, as we're all in the space hub together. Well, this time you're wrong. Look. Andrews replied as she pointed towards the mini space hub, which Claire discovered to be moving to be closer to them a while ago, which is even closer now. I'm gonna leave this large space hub when the mini hub arrives. Then I'll view the beautiful explosion from a far distance, sitting comfortably in my little seat. It will be so pretty, just like the explosions in a movie. No way, you're not going anywhere until you get us out of all here, Claire shouted as she held out her arm to stop Andrews from walking towards the entrance. Andrews tried to push Claire away, but the latter was too determined. Why would you do such a thing as this? Have we ever wronged you in any way? There's still time to turn back now, Claire persuaded. Shut up! You don't know anything, you foolish girl. Get out of my way, Andrews shouted whilst pushing Claire. Claire, determined to stop Andrews, grabbed hold of the latter's hair and pulled violently. Without warning, her entire hair came off, revealing black short hair underneath. A wig? Claire couldn't help but exclaim. I'm so sorry, I didn't know. Well, now you know, Andrews snapped angrily. Now that you've known so much already, it doesn't hurt for you to know a little bit more. Then, Andrews threw a card at Claire, which the latter quickly pulled and examined. It was a personal identification card, not of Andrews but of a man with the same surname. Guess who? Andrews grinned in a queer way. Your ex-husband? Claire inquired. Wrong. Your brother? Incorrect. Oh, just tell me who it is, you mad woman. We don't have time for all this, Claire snapped. Okay, chill, girl, Andrews grinned. It's me. Or should I say, it was me. Claire's jaw immediately dropped open. OMG, your ID card is wrong? Claire gasped. No, you foolish girl. I was a man before, the frustrated Andrews explained. I had first discovered that I liked men in my teens. At first, I tried to hide it, but when I just cannot stay within me anymore, I tried telling my friends. Then they ran away from me like I'm a monster. And when I told my family, they threatened to disown me if that doesn't change immediately. As if that could be altered that easily. Andrews let out a sob. Afterwards, I was afraid to tell anyone after becoming a scientist working in a lab. But these things can never be concealed. One day, when one of my teammates found out and told everyone, they kicked me out of their team. That was when I've decided that I've had enough. I flew to Thailand to perform a surgery that could potentially transform me into a woman, so that wouldn't make any difference. However, that went wrong too, and I ended up with this ugly form. Neither man nor woman. That is why I want to revenge this world. This world which cannot even accept my tiny little difference. This cruel, cruel world. That's why I have invented the LOL, which are actually robots to host concerts in order to hypnotize people and trick them into coming to my space concerts. So they can all be blown up in space, and no one will live to tell the tale. Ah! So this is how Eliza got hypnotized, Claire exclaimed in realization. And how come it has no effect on me? Because you probably weren't even paying attention in the concert, you inattentive girl, Andrews replied. Suddenly the space hub shook again, this time with even more violence as it warned that the meteor showers were fast approaching. Okay, I don't care if you're a man, a woman, or whatever, or you like man or woman or whatever, as long as you stop your cruel tricks, Claire yelled as she slapped Andrews on the face. No, my plan has gone that far already. I will not let it fail, Andrews screamed. Claire raised her hand again to slap Andrews, but was stopped by the latter. Alright, enough of your violence, girl, Andrews shouted. Boyfriend, come here. Without warning, a gigantic robot appeared in front of their eyes and replied,
Yes, my lady.
I don't hit women, so I'll let you take care of this bad girl, Andrews continued. Tie this silly girl up and do not let her ruin our future. Whoa, wait a second. What did you just call him? The bewildered Claire inquired. Are you deaf or something? Andrew said as she gently put her wig back on her head. Come here, baby, and tell me how much you love me.
Babe, I love you so much. You're the prettiest woman in the entire universe.
The robot said in a monotone whilst raising Andrews up onto his lap. See? Aren't you jealous that I have such a perfect boyfriend? Tall, handsome, clever, strong, and treats me like a goddess. You'll never betray me as I program you to be the most loyal man ever. Andrews beamed at Claire proudly and began to sing. Oh my god, Claire exclaimed. Enough of your flirting, it's giving me goosebumps. After Claire has finished, she pressed an app on her smartphone and said, do you think you're the only one with the robot? Watch this. Then puff, as if by magic, a little green robot appeared in front of their faces. In fact, the application Claire had pressed on her smartphone was especially designed for the spies to summon the little robot in case of emergencies. Dory? I don't know if that's your name. Never mind. Whatever. Destroy this boyfriend robot in front of you, Claire commanded. Bring it on, the little green robot said as he looked at Andrew's boyfriend. Then, without warning, Dory suddenly fell flat on the ground and saying, Error 101, enemy too strong. Error 101. After a while, Dory disappeared. Andrews laughed. Looks like your boyfriend is weaker than mine. Excuse me, he is not my boyfriend, Claire snapped, then muttered under her breath, oh my god, this useless thing. Now I have to deal with this robot all by myself? What should I do? I think I'll just scream. Ow! Now tie this bad girl up, baby. After Andrew's command, the giant robot immediately lifted Claire up by clutching one of her arms. Ouch! Get your dirty hands off me! Is that how you treat a lady? Ouch, you're hurting me! Claire screamed and punched, but it was all in vain. After the gigantic robot had tied Claire up, Andrew said, Sit here and keep an eye on this naughty girl. I have to change the navigation path before we can get out of here, as the meteor shower seems to have changed direction due to the powerful gravitational field of the sun.
Yes, ma'am.
The robot replied as he sat on the side next to Claire. After Andrews left, Claire's mind began racing rapidly as she kept stealing glances at the resting robot beside her. Suddenly, she noticed an eyeball-shaped object in the middle of its body, which was in the position of where the heart would be if the robot was a living person. Aha! That must be the weakness of that robot, Claire thought to herself. But how am I going to get him here so I can attack his weakness? After a few seconds of thought, Claire whispered with a silky tone whilst pulling her skirt up a little bit. Hey, tough guy, can you come over here a sec? My thigh is itchy. Could you come over here and scratch it for me? I can't reach it.
Yes, of course, my pretty girl. Is it this part?
The robot said as he started touching Claire's thigh. Ah! You pervert! Claire screamed as she leapt up from her previous position. After turning a somersault in the air, landed a hard kick in the eyeball-shaped heart of the robot, which roared to the floor. The robot immediately stopped functioning. Don't blame me, blame your girlfriend who told you how to design you so you're so humane, Claire beamed. And now I've got to untie myself and try and stop that mad woman, or else we'll all explode. It didn't take long for Claire to find Andrews, who was pacing up and down the corridor with a machine in her hand, muttering to herself. Now my plan should work fine. Yo, Andrews, Claire shouted and pulled her target towards her. How did you get out of my boyfriend's sight? Andrews gasped. What did you do to him? Well, looks like he's not that loyal to you as you thought, Claire responded. He was trying to touch my thigh, which was why I kicked his ball out. Impossible, Andrews exclaimed. He only loves me. He never touches any other girls. No, he shouldn't. He mustn't. No! Listen to me, I said. You've got to stop your evil plan right now. If you don't, we'll all explode. You mean you will explode, and I'm gonna get the hell out of here right now, Andrew said as she tried to push Claire away. Without warning, Claire slapped her on the face and continued with tears in her eyes. Wake up! Look, I know you've suffered from the prejudice of human beings who aren't open-minded enough to accept whoever is different to them, but please don't judge the entire race just by a tiny proportion of people you've encountered. I strongly believe that there are many people like me who will not judge you by your preferences, but will only condemn you for what you've done that is wrong, that is cruel, How dare you be so cruel to the entire human race just because a small number of people are cruel to you? Have you thought how sad the families and friends of the people will be if they've exploded in the middle of space? How selfish you are. Andrews was suddenly dumb-stricken. I don't hate you for who you are. I don't care if you are a man, woman, or whatever, as long as you have a good heart, one does not have the right to judge you. However, if you repay an eye for an eye, it will never end. So come on, be a good girl and listen to me. Turn the space hub back to Earth, now. After some time, the space hub safely landed back to where it was, where Andrews was immediately arrested. Tom appeared at the scene with a weird machine that will dehypnotize people from Andrews' hyperness. Tom, on seeing the appearance of Claire, exclaimed, "Claire, thank God you are safe." After some detailed analysis of the photographs we sent us on the concert, the headquarters have discovered that a certain wavelength of light is emitted from the eyes of the LOL team, which had a hypnotizing effect. I tried to contact you, but you were already in space where there was no signal. We thought it would be all too late. Where's Claire? Is she okay? Oh, she's fine. She's probably still asleep in the compartment. She'll be out soon, Claire replied. As Andrews was taken away, she paused in front of Claire with tears climbing down her cheeks and said, "Thank you, young lady, for your kind words. This is the first time that I've felt accepted by my entire life. Finally, someone is willing to throw away their prejudice when it comes to judging me. That slap of yours definitely woke me up from my desire to revenge." I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to slap you. Claire apologized. "No, if it wasn't for that slap, we would have all exploded in space. Thank you," Andrews responded. "No, I have to thank you. Thank you for your wise decision in the end to turn the space hub back. You've saved the lives of many innocent souls. Although it's such a pity that I don't get to see the meteor showers," Claire said. The end.